So Brenda and Ed, thank you for attending this quick onboarding. The onboarding for the Lexicon Exchange, as I explained earlier, it's all about bringing you on to see if you like the program. It's basically once you think you're on the program, I'll invite you to onboard. You go through this process of writing what we call a microbiography, which is a very short description of what you are, who you are, what you want, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. This document that I sent you earlier is quite comprehensive. I've translated it into Portuguese, but at the end, and you have this document already, we basically have the English version, which takes you step by step. We show at the end of the day, what you're going to do is write a microbiography online, and you're going to publish it online. So it's going to be like a mini website for you. So your biography is going to be something like www.about.me/your username. Okay, if your name is popular, you may have to, we're going to have to be creative about it. Eventually you can change that if you have the paid plan, but this is a free portal.
Okay.
Now, obviously for the bandwidth, here. So this was the very first, very number one student that I had who came to me for classes in English from a native British person he wanted. His girlfriend then, now wife, referred me to him. We spoke and I said, I can teach you, I can coach you, but as a student, you don't have income to pay a teacher one-to-one. So we're going to start with a group. Can you bring some people as a group? Sure, he said. 10 days later, we started with 6 people, him and 5 friends, of which all of them I'm still friends with right now. Andre is now living in João Pessoa. He's a musician, artist in Natal. And what he said about himself back in early 2018 is as follows. And this is still one of the best microbiographies. And if you understand this, when I read it to you, you'll understand what it's about. Good choice of words, simple English, and very informative. So, hi there, I am Andre. I am a music aficionado from Rio de Janeiro, now living in Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil. So he's told a long story quickly. I'm currently studying for a master's degree in music at the University Federal de Rio Grande do Norte, UFRN, Natal, the state's capital city. So he's now geographically located himself for people to know. My area of study is Brazilian popular music, the horn being my instrument of interest, for which I research extensively and write papers on. My favorite subject is early learning. My interest in music generally is such that I teach it and repair instruments, especially brass instruments. When I am not teaching or studying, I play ensemble groups at the university. For work, I play at the Rio Grande do Norte Symphony Orchestra. Click the button above, watch my videos. So this here, where it says watch my videos, it's a hyperlink. So you can send it to anywhere you want. Your LinkedIn profile, your TikTok account, whatever you want. It depends what you write here. In this document, after the bilingual explanation, you have 5 examples of the early days. This is my buddy, Cephas, who wants to be back on the program. He used to be a military policeman. He's now an IT professional and a very good one, writing his PhD right now. And if you do PhD and certainly in masters and certainly in information technology, okay, tecnologia informática, you need to have English, because just like a pilot who flies a commercial or a trade plane, you need to speak English to communicate with anybody in an air tower and in any airport in the world. So he needs to be competent in English, okay? Especially if he wants to end up being a professor as well. So you can read these. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to structure the basics of yours. And if you have time tomorrow, no, Brenda doesn't. We can do this next week, but I want to get you started, okay? And get familiar with this. This is a very, very valuable exercise because you learned to write about yourself, irrespective of any language. But respecting another language, you're going to be doing it for the first time, probably in another language. It's a very powerful exercise, okay? And basically gives you an understanding of the hardcore of what I teach, coach, or train you for. And ultimately, it's what I mentor people to do, to be effective with their English, know how to use it, not just grammatically, but in circumstances, okay? Both written and spoken. So we've taken the time to record this because it's very important to understand. Now, we're going to go to about.me in a minute, and this is the process you're going to go through. You're going to register, very simple, very straightforward. We need to upload a picture, an avatar of some kind. It could be a symbol, it could be a photograph, it could be you, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just to explain, this is my company, Open Source Curricula, the one that's registered with SABRI as a MA. And I am registered to prepare people for tests and support language learning. Open Source Curricula is on purpose because we use the information. We've got 10 minutes of this meeting because we're going to go to the About Me next, in the next meeting, okay?
Okay.
So this is the onboarding side and a touch on the microbiography. So the open source is, I will direct you to the best resources I find on the internet. One of the most recent ones is called eJoy, where you can learn using videos and it's translated. That's going to be part of another session. Okay, so next we're going to be doing this. Also, we're going to be recording a piece specifically about how to write. But basically, it's simple. It's all press buttons and you conclude. That's it. All right. Do you have any questions about what you're going to do next? You realize that what we're going to do next in the next 40 minutes in the subsequent meeting is you're going to write one of these.
Okay.
Or at least start to write one.
Okay, Peter.
Three evidences. My name is, and where I live, what I do now, what I want to do. One personal statement. I have 10 cats and 50 dogs, or 50 dogs and 10 cats, whatever you, okay? And it can be humorous. It doesn't have to be serious, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so in summary, we've got maybe less than 5 minutes. From the top, my name is Ed. I live in Pernambuco, in that city, in Pernambuco. Okay. Considered the northeast of Spain, northeast of Brazil. Okay. You could say that. I am a computer technician. I fix hardware and software. My dream is to learn English, to expand my horizons in a career in information technology. Something like that.
Yeah, I see.
You don't know what the future is, and you don't want to be exact, because what's happened in the past is in the past. What people want to know is what you want to do next. So if I was hiring you, okay, so you've come from that background, where do you want to be in 5 years? Kind of is the question I used to be asked when I was working. working for a company. So where do you want to be in 5 years? In those days, it was a question that was asked by the directors of the company. So Brenda, you've got your microphone muted. Please unmute. Okay, very quickly, because we've got about a minute. My name is Brenda. I live in Brasilia, in the neighborhood of blah, 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 blah. Brasilia is in the middle of Brazil, in the country. I'm currently working administration in the medical industry, in a local hospital, something like that. Okay. My ambition is to perfect my English, as I have a great intention to join my friend who's currently living in Seattle, Washington, United States. Yeah? No, this is not a wig. This is my real hair. Yeah, you can say something humorous. Okay, guys, I'm going to close off this meeting. Stand by for the next one. Okay?
Okay.
What I said?
Okay.
So the onboarding is done. When I show you the next slide, which will be something like this. Hang on a second. Let me come out of. So what I show you is this. We're going to start with this, which shows you the program itself. Okay, how I coach in cohorts. We're just going to touch on that very briefly. This is the subject of a different video at a later stage. But basically, the one thing you've got to remember is how many words you should target to learn. Okay, every 3 months. Okay.
Okay.
You should get a glossary of words of 750 words per month, per 3 months. In 1 year, you will have 3,000 words. 3,000 words is sufficient for you to be very close to 95% proficient in English.
3,000?
Between 3,000 and 5,000, yes. That's
Wow.
the subject of a post. So it's not a big deal. But learning how to use those words, it's key.
I see.
Your private words, your leisure words, your work words, your hobby words, your technical words. You decide. But I've published online a document from the UK, from the University of Cambridge, which already has 2,000 words cataloged for you, done. 1,000 word is considered 80% proficient. So you already have a head start with 2,000. Okay?
Okay.
That's why I'm going to do a different video for that, because we're going to use that document and explain this document. So we're very words oriented. The grammar comes with it. All right, I'll leave you with that thought. So don't stress. That's out of 175,000 words, all you need is 5,000. Combinado?
Okay.
Let's take a break. Be back in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, because I'll get a fresh coffee and then we'll take it from there. All right, see you
Okay.
soon.
Okay. See ya.
See ya. Okay, I'm going to close now. The recording.
Okay.
Let me close the recording.